Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd. Today we're talking about the finale of The Last of Us, or at least the finale for Season 2, maybe the finale for us. And I'll tell you why. It's been a tremendous show. The production values are extravagant, almost. The acting, of course, is first rate. But this is a brutal show. I mean, based on the game, we knew that Joel was going to die, and that has created the motivation for Ellie to move forward. So you have more than just we're meeting more quadriceps people and killing zombies, and that will get boring, I suppose, if you go into a second season with it. I'm not so certain about that, but that's how they figured it out, I guess. And so what we have is Joel, first of all, established as being estranged from Ellie, and then he's killed by Abby. Not just a gunshot, but a golf club, and beaten to death, being screamed at, and then stabbed through the neck with the broken shaft of a golf club. And Ellie, who arrived a little bit too late, is held to the floor and has to watch all of this. So we can see that she has some motivation to go after Abby. And go after Abby she does. And we have some flashback scenes and things over the season. But when it comes now to the point to where they have found themselves overwhelmed by the WLF and the Seraphites and all of the other hazards in Seattle, the fact that we find that Dina is pregnant, Ellie explains to Dina just exactly why Abby killed Joel and why she's on this rampage herself, which has put some distance, shall we say, between those two characters, which had such a bright future looking in the last episode. While she seems to be off the rails, she still seems to be the good person. She still seems to be the person who wants to get back at Abby, accidentally kills two people that were close to Abby. And that brings Abby back into the scene the second time. She's already shot Tommy, not fatally, but does get right under one eye with Jesse, and he's gone instantly. And at the end of it, of course, it looks like she's about to shoot Ellie, but we know better. I mean, the fact of the matter is the show wouldn't continue without Ellie in it, so she either misses or intentionally shoots just to scare her rather than to kill her. And none of this fits in with what we know about Abby so far. And the reason is because we haven't seen anything of Abby during this entire season. In the game, you play both characters and they both have a backstory. In the show, what they're going to do is provide that next season. They're going to tell you why Abby isn't such a terrible person next season, after we've spent this entire season showing what a monster she is and what a monster she has made Ellie into. So what does that do for us? Well, what it does for us is makes us wait 2 years. They've said that it'll take them, and they're just going to start writing now, and then they'll start doing their blockbuster movie production values in order to get 7 more episodes released, and that'll be 2 years from now. And at that point, they're going to do Abby's story. So at this point, I don't care about Abby. As far as I'm concerned, she's a monster. And okay, they'll try to humanize her during that point, but it's too late to do that. They should have done that already. They've already given us all the details on the WLF, on the Seraphites. We know much more about them than we know anything about Abby. And it doesn't make any sense to me that Abby wouldn't be part of that backstory in order for us to see just what her point of view is. Okay, fine. Well, they couldn't do that. They got to spend more time on long looks and soap opera stuff, and basically trying to see how much more money they can squeeze out of people by putting it in a third season instead. Another short season. So 2 years from now, we'll see what Abby's story is. If anybody cares, if anybody tunes in, and if the show doesn't crater at that point, then the 4th season that they have planned in order to finish up the whole story won't happen anyway. So you might as well just buy the game. You can finish the game in a week, and in this case, the show will take probably another 4 years. I don't know that I am willing to be that loyal. The fact of the matter is, we're already having to do that with Doctor Who, which has 10-episode seasons and takes a year before they get back with another season of that, sometimes 2. And we're seeing the same thing with the Star Trek properties. At one point, they had it to where you could go year-round with it, but then decided, well, they weren't making enough money off of that, because while they could make a TV series of 26 episodes for about $250,000 an episode, now it costs $10 million an episode, and you have such greater special effects, but the stories are the same. And if you can tell the story, do you need to have practical effects or the most detailed digital stuff? I've seen some good stuff being done by people on their home computers. If you can do that, they could do this without trying to make it completely cinematic. I mean, even movies get made in less time these days, and they're closer together. So I lament, and perhaps it's just the old person in me that laments the fact that television isn't what it used to be. That you didn't have 26 weeks and then 13 weeks of reruns and then a new show in September or October. And that just doesn't happen anymore. They decided what they want to do is shoot the works to make 7 shows, 5 times as expensive as 26 would be, and then take their time in doing it all perfectly in order to get another season done in a couple of years. It's like there's no competition. The fact of the matter is that we jump between The Last of Us and whatever the next Star Wars project is, the next Star Trek project is, the next Doctor Who project is, and it's hard to remember what's already happened. It's gotten me to the point to where there are certain times that for most of this year, I've been just reviewing reruns because there wasn't anything else available. A 5-season thing doesn't work for this model, and it's not very enjoyable for someone who enjoys series television. So you know what happens to us? We don't turn on the TV as much. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's good that we're going and doing other things rather than just sitting in front of our televisions. But I think we're replacing it with being in front of our phone screens and computer screens and things like that. And does that make it any better? Oh, well. I'm philosophizing here, and all you wanted was a review of a show. The acting was great. The characterization was great. The special effects were awe-inspiring, almost to the point that they took me away from the story saying, wow, how did they do that? How were they able to make all of this look so real when we know that it isn't? And you can give them credit for that. I mean, they might win some awards. Good, let them win some awards. But for some reason, they haven't figured out a way to make a TV series sustainable anymore. And that's due to our infinite media that is always lined up trying to get your attention, myself included. And the fact that there's not as much of the commercial support as there was. I mean, there's membership stuff. You pay a monthly fee for Max, soon to be called HBO Max, and it still has commercials in order to sustain it. Not as many, but I would watch more commercials if they could do more shows. I'd like to know what you think about this. I really enjoy the show. I enjoyed it more with Pedro Pascal. I enjoyed it well enough with Bella Ramsey. And I have a feeling the next season is going to be just a whole new cast, a whole different show. And we'll have to wait 2 years to find out what it is. And just putting us down in the same world. It's not Star Trek. It's not where you can get another starship and another crew and have the same Federation and planets and aliens and such. It is a very personal story that suddenly is going to a different person. So thank you for watching, and if you're interested in Doctor Who, we'll be doing that next week with the finale of that show, and then we're going to go back into our retro reviews until we have the next Star Trek adventure, which will come in August, of Strange New Worlds. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, don't go far.